Hello, I'm Dr. Dawn Garrison, an acupuncturist, herbalist, and founder of Carolina Family Acupuncture in Spartanburg, South Carolina. Welcome to my channel, Dr. Dawn AcuDoc. Today I will be talking about 7 basic meditation principles for beginners and how it is for everyone. Kids, teens, adults, grandparents, absolutely everyone can practice and benefit from meditation. So let's get started. First, I want to debunk a common myth right now. You do not need to be a yogi, an acupuncturist, spiritual guru, or live or be from California to practice meditation. Meditation is simple and can be practiced pretty much anywhere, at any time, by anybody. Second, meditation is a practice, meaning no one, and I mean no one, gets it perfectly. In fact, there is no perfect way to practice meditation. There's no one way to do it right. We are all beginners when it comes to meditation. There are many different ways to meditate. There are many different schools of thought, many different practices, and many different teachers. The most important thing to meditation is to just do it. As Yoda says, there is no try, only do. It's 99% about showing up and 1% technique, in my opinion. Number 3, there are many different ways to meditate. As I said, many different schools, many different practices. So for example, you can do a walking meditation, one where you're focusing on your steps and being intentional with each step, feeling your feet lift up and settle back down again on the earth. Many great athletes and creators also are able to reach a place of meditation when they're playing their game or creating their next masterpiece, because their mind stops of all thought and they just become truly present in the moment in what it is that they're doing and creating. That is where so much in creativity skill comes from. Think about your own life. When you do a task, something that you do really well, when you become fully immersed in that project, are you present? Are you able to just keep going? And are you thinking about things? So much of us do that within our lives. So number 4 is meditation about the consistency of practice even more than the length of time you practice. 5 to 10 minutes a day is way more effective than 1 hour twice a week. To help keep that consistency, choose one time a day that works best for you throughout that week. Whether it be morning, evening, midday, doesn't matter. Just pick what works for you. Make sure it is the time of day when you won't be disturbed. If you're a parent trying to meditate, make sure you do it when your kids are in bed, for example. Make it a habit for that time of day. Even if you only have a few minutes, those few minutes can add up over time. Number 5. The purpose of meditation is not to have an empty mind with no thoughts. It is to notice your thoughts and to allow them to drift away without following them. We all have thoughts when practicing meditation. That's why I mentioned it's a practice, not a perfect. One thing you can do is practice noting the thought. So when you have a thought come up, for example, I need to pick up more soap at the store. Note it by saying to yourself, I have a thought, and then let it go. Same thing when you have an emotion pop up. Example, if you are feeling angry at someone, note it by saying to yourself, I have an emotion, and then let it go. Don't worry, it will still be there after your meditation time if you want it to be. Just practicing noting during your practice can be very helpful though. Number 6, it helps to have a focus to come back to. So the easy one is the breath. When you are meditating and you have a thought pop up, you note it, and then you go back to focusing on your breath. You feel your lungs fill with air, and you feel them rise and fall with each breath. Other ways to have a focus is with sound or music. Focusing on a physical part of your body can also work, like your hand, or you can have a candle or a fireplace and watch the flames. The most common one though is the breath, because we all breathe. So it is easy for us to go back to our breath after you have become distracted. And again, we all get distracted during meditation. It's perfectly normal. Just go back and focus on the breath again when you become distracted. Number 7, positions that work well when meditating are standing, sitting on a chair, sitting in half or full lotus position, also known as crisscross applesauce. It is not recommended though to lie down when meditating, as we are conditioned to fall asleep when our eyes are closed and we start to calm ourselves down. So do not feel like you need to sit down on the ground though in a lotus position to be able to meditate. In the beginning, there is not a difference in how you sit or if you stand when you're meditating. They all work. It's just a matter of your preference. When you're standing for meditation, make sure your knees are slightly bent and you're comfortable with your feet firmly planted on the ground. When you're sitting, make sure you're sitting up with your shoulders pulled back and your head is upright, as if a string is pulling you from the top of the head to the sky. When you're sitting in crisscross applesauce, still, again, make sure you're sitting up straight. Your shoulders are rolled back and down, and your head is upright. All of this is going to make it more comfortable for you. So that's it for today. I hope this was a helpful breakdown of 7 basic meditation principles for beginners, and that you feel inspired to give it a do. If you have not done so, please like this video, hit the subscribe button, and if you have a comment or anything along those lines, please leave it. I do answer these comments way more frequently than I'm able to on TikTok. So thank you so much for being here,